Good morning, students. Welcome to the new session. In previous session, you learned about the hardware and basic anatomy of computer system. So once again, a review about hardware. Basically, when we define the hardware, we can say the hardware refers to all the physical or tangible equipments associated with the computer. It includes CPU, input-output devices, secondary storage devices, etc. Now, the hardware can be divided into two parts. One is CPU and another one is peripherals. We have discussed about the CPU and peripherals, but in briefly, CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It is also known as the processor. Actually, this is the part of the computer that executes programs and instructions. In a microcomputer, the CPU is based on a single electronic component, the microprocessor chip within the system. So the system unit also includes circuits, boards, memory chips, ports and other components. That means a microcomputer system will also have the disk drive, hard disk, etc. But these are considered separate from the CPU. So, and one thing, the computing power of any computer is derived directly from the rating of the CPU. So the CPU rating is based on memory capacity of the computer and the processing speed. We will discuss these things in later. Now, the CPU has mainly two parts. One is the control unit and the arithmetic and logic unit. Students, when we say CPU and we also call it processor, so basically differences between processor and CPU is processor means control unit and arithmetic and logic unit is basically known as processor. But when the memory is included along with the control unit and arithmetic and logic unit, basically known as CPU or Central Processing Unit. So that is why Central Processing Unit is known as the heart of the computer, because this unit does entire operations of the computer. And the CPU is fully electronic. It is made up of millions of electronics components attached onto a number of silicon chips, and that is why we say microprocessor chip. Now take a look. Just you see the figure of CPU. Now this is called microprocessor chip, and basically what you know about the Central Processing Unit means basically this unit is responsible for processing all the data processing tasks performed by the computer system. So as you know, the Central Processing Unit divided, has two parts, the control unit and the arithmetic and logic unit. And in a microcomputer, both are on the microprocessor chip. So first of all, we discuss about control units. Now, the control unit acts as the brain of the processor. Once again, the central processing unit is known as the heart of the computer system, but control unit is known as the brain of the processor, or we can say CPU. As the name suggests, it controls all other units of the computer system, how to act and when to act. It means all the other units like input unit, output unit, memory unit, all these units worked according to the instructions of control unit, or simply we can say all other units controlled by control units. That is why it gets its name as control unit. So the control unit coordinates the flow of data and instructions between different units of the CPU. This unit interpret and execute the instructions. So this unit coordinates various operations of the computer, like how it coordinates. The first point, it directs the sequence of operations. Means whenever any instruction is given through the input device, then the processing of the instructions is completely carried out with the instructions of the control unit. So the sequence of operations directed by the control unit. Next, it interprets the instructions of a program in a storage unit and produces signals to execute the instructions. It means the user give their command in its own language, but computer understand only binary language, means carry any processings by the flow of electrons, that is zeros and one. So the instruction given by the user is first converted into electrical pulses. That is the sense of interpretation. And the instruction is given, then control unit carry out the processing. So students, just consider about the instructions. An instructions to the computer has at least two parts, not only in computer but in mathematics also. The first part is the operation code, and the second part is the address of the data to be operated on, that is called operand. For example, if you give the instruction add x comma y, so here add is the operations code and x comma y is the operand. The operand means that is to be processed, and operation code means what must be done on x and y. So control unit responsible to interpret the instructions of a program and produce signal to execute the instructions. And the last one is directs the flow of data and instructions in the computer system. As you know earlier that control units coordinates the flow of data between different units of the CPU so that the flow of data and instructions in the computer system. Now, how control unit works? So basically, the control unit functions in a fetch execute cycle. Means it fetches the instructions and data from the memory unit, decodes them and sends them to the arithmetic and logic unit for processing. After that, the output from the ALU is fetched by the control unit and sent to various parts of the computer. Means whenever any instructions is given through the input device, the instructions is stored into the primary memory of the computer. So when any instructions are stored in primary unit, means the primary memory unit, that is RAM, then control unit fetches the instructions from the RAM and decodes. Decodes means just the opposite of code and decode. That means if any instructions has multiple operations, then each operation is separated. Operations code is separately and the operand is separated, and then instruct to ALU to process the instructions. And when ALU process the instructions, then gives the output, and that output is also fetched from ALU to memory again, that is to be executed. So in such a way, control unit, the main functions of the control unit is fetch and decodes the instructions. Now move to the next. Next one is arithmetic logic unit, and briefly it is known as ALU. So arithmetic logic unit, usually called the ALU, and this unit performs all the arithmetic, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, and logical operations. So as the name suggests, arithmetic logic unit means this unit is responsible to perform the actual calculations, whether the calculation is arithmetical or logical. Logical calculation means comparison, that is equals to, is greater than, is less than, etc. So that means this unit is responsible for performing various arithmetic operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and logical operations such as equals to, greater than, less than, greater than or equals to, not equals to, etc. That means comparison logical operations always gives the result whether it is true or false. So arithmetic and logic units' main functions are to perform calculations, and the calculation, how it performs the calculation, so that is decoded by the control unit. And we discuss little bit about memory unit, because memory unit is a separate topic. That is why we will discuss about the memory in detail in the next session. So briefly, memory units means, here memory means primary storage or main memory. It is a part of microcomputer that holds data to be processed, instructions for processing the data, that is the sense of program, and information means processed data. So basically memory means hold data, instruction and information, and it also holds data in temporary manner. So the CPU divided into three parts. One is control unit, another one is arithmetic and logic unit, and memory unit. So when control unit along with arithmetic and logic unit, that is ALU, is basically known as processor, and along with memory unit it is known as CPU. So now just see the organizations of computer, how different parts of the computer hardware is organized to carry out the processing. So just this one is called the block diagram of functional units of computer. Just you say input devices, we will briefly discuss about input devices, then output devices, and central processing unit. You see in the diagram main primary memory and also secondary or auxiliary memory. So here we use memory, two types of memory. One is internal memory, that means primary memory. The primary memory basically used when data is currently being processed, and the secondary memory used for storing information permanently like hard disk, pen drive, etc. So we will discuss it about in the next session in the memory unit separately. Now little bit take a look about input device and output devices. When we think about the input devices, input makes two words, in and put. Then you clearly know about the input. So this is the device by which data and instructions can be fed into the computer. Now the input to the human brain is through devices like the eyes, ears or nose. Similarly, input to the computer is through certain devices like a keyboard, mouse, etc. So input devices means the devices by which any data and instructions can be fed into the computer for processing. Now, what's the main functions of input devices? So whenever you give any data and instructions, then what happens? The input devices basically help us to communicate with the electronic computer by converting the human understandable signals and numbers into appropriate electric signals. That means any instructions is given by the user is converted into electrical pulses, and this is the responsibility of input devices. And the another one is the output devices, because input devices and output devices are the peripheral devices. So for understanding the block diagram, how computer works, we need to understand about input devices and output devices. Output devices, that means the devices where the informations are obtained. So human beings communicate with each other by talking, writing or making action. The computer communicates through devices like monitor or video and printer. So the output devices are the basically devices which add in the communications of data and information from machine to man. Now, you know each and every components about input device, about output device, now the main memory and the CPU. Now the question is how computer works. So when any instruction is given by the user through input device, first input unit converts the signals into electrical pulses and send it to the primary memory, that is RAM. Now when any instructions comes into the RAM, then who know first? First know control unit. Why? Because control unit is attached to all the units individually. Now the functions of control unit starts. Now control units fetch the instructions from the memory and decode them. After decoding, the operations code means the instructions that is to be processed and operand is separated. So here computer uses a register. In fact, register is not included in your syllabus, but during the processing the important role of register must be known. So we discuss about later. So register here several register like address register, accumulator, instructions register. There are so many types of register that are used for processing. Now after decoding, control unit instruct the ALU to carry out the processing of the given instructions. Now ALU start the processing, and after calculations the result of the ALU is sent to the memory once again, and then the result will be executed through the output devices. In such a way computer carry out the processing. So students, in this session you have learned about CPU and various parts of the CPU and how computer works. So thanks for this session, and in next session we will discuss about the memory units. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.